Balake.
Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is right here, everyone. Welcome back for a little bit more SPTV, where every day is a great day not to be in a cult, which means every day not such a great day for Grant Cardone, the internet's most notorious or recognizable Scientologist and fake billionaire, con man, grifter. What other adjectives can we use to describe Grant Cardone? It is amazing how many people still don't know that Grant Cardone is a Scientologist. One of the number one recruiters of Scientology, one of the number one financial donors of Scientology. What we're here to talk about today is the strange phenomena of Grant losing his mind about being called a Scientologist when Grant Cardone self-identifies as a Scientologist and promotes Scientology on his platform and other platforms. Grant Cardone is in the media recently for the fact that he has put his $40 million Malibu mansion on the market and he's trying to sell it for Bitcoin. And a platform called Miami New Times has written an article about this. And in the headline, they simply identify Grant Cardone as a Scientologist. And this apparently infuriated Grant, and he did a response to this in his Instagram stories, which I'm going to share to you. But it is a little confusing. I'm going to show you the article. I'm going to show you his response. I'm going to show you one clip of Grant actually talking about Scientology. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of a treat as well. Okay, let's just take a really quick look at the article itself. Miami New Times, Miami real estate mogul, Scientologist, lists $42 million mansion on cryptocurrency platform. It's one of the most luxurious properties ever to be tokenized on a blockchain and listed for sale. Guys, where's the offense? Where's the offense? I mean, it would be one thing if the headline was negative and he was being identified as a Scientologist for no obvious reason. Now, I identify him as a Scientologist all the time, every time I mention him, because I want the world to know that this guy is one of the number one recruiters and one of the number one financial supporters of the international multi-billion-dollar family-destroying human trafficking cult known as Scientology. For a guy who uses the internet, who's internet famous, uses the internet to fundraise, uses the internet to reach people, I just think it's only fair that people know he's not just a Scientologist. He's not just affiliated with it. He's literally one of their number one recruiters and one of their number one financial supporters. And yet, even though I think it's negative to be called a Scientologist, you would think that a Scientologist wouldn't think it's negative to be called a Scientologist. Okay, so I don't know. Is there anything more insidious to this article here? If anything, Grant should be thankful that this author, Alex DeLuca, is using the clickability of Scientology to help promote the fact that he's trying to sell his $42 million mansion. One of the things I just like to comment on is when Cardone first bought this mansion, I think back in 2020, 2021 or something, he tried to spin it like he's so wealthy. He's the kind of guy who will drop $40 million cash on a second or third home. In reality, this was a house flip gone wrong. This was a quick flip that Cardone got trapped in that he then chose to move into for a little bit and pretend it was his actual home. In fact, it was an investment property gone wrong. But anyway, that's just my editorializing. Let's take a look. What does it actually say here? Welcome to Miami, potentially the only place on earth where cryptocurrency, Scientology, and luxury real estate collide in such a spectacular fashion. Back in April, financial influencer and prominent Scientologist Grant Cardone put his sprawling Golden Beach mansion on the market for $42 million. The 13,000 square foot waterfront home, which features 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, boasts lavish amenities such as a movie theater, spa, 6-car garage, saltwater infinity pool, private beachfront access offering panoramic ocean views. It was designed by blah, 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 blah. Okay, not particularly interesting. Just talking about the fact that he's trying to sell it for cryptocurrency. It's one of the most luxurious properties ever to be tokenized on a blockchain and listed for sale. Cardone bought the beachfront home from Tommy Hilfiger in 2021 for $28 million. The listing agent for the property is his wife, Elena Cardone. Cardone is one of the world's leading financial influencers and longtime member of the Church of Scientology. He owns and operates several companies, including Cardone Capital, Cardone Enterprises. He's perhaps best known for his social media presence. All right. Tokenizing his property might be one of the least controversial things he's done in recent years. Oh, by the way, I forgot, guys. You can't talk about Uncle G without sporting the 10X merch, bro. Yeah. You got to 10X it. You got to get your money right. You just got to 10X the way you think. You got to 10X your schedule. You got to 10X the amount of money that you give to Scientology, bro. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cardone's been involved in a number of business disputes over the years, class action lawsuit, The case was thrown out, Cardone denied the allegations. Okay. When the Huffington Post asked the Church of Scientology about Cardone's connection to it, the cult responded that while Mr. Cardone is undeniably a prominent parishioner, he holds no official nor unofficial position in the church hierarchy and has no special status. Okay. The fact is, there are many Scientologists that are everywhere around the world. You can find them in their homes, at work, and helping others in the community, the cult said. I found it interesting that instead of saying there are millions of Scientologists all around the world, Scientology simply said there are many. So based on Scientology's own statement, we can confirm there are at least 3 Scientologists in the world. So thank you for that. Okay, so I just ran you through pretty much the entire article. There was nothing controversial in there, particularly about Scientology. Yes, they tried to dig up some of Grant's legal troubles recently. Nothing negative about Scientology. Okay, so how did Grant Cardone respond to this? Let's take a look at it, y'all. Let's see if I can play this.
We're at Miami.
Oh, okay, here we go.
You guys over at Miami New Times and Alex DeLuca, the Voice Media Group, the owners of this hat paper. Thank you for the coverage on my house. Maybe I'll get it sold. We did list it $42 million in exchange for Bitcoin. You guys should be ashamed of yourself for using my religion to clickbait for some hits. If I was Mormon, Jewish, Muslim, gay, if I was Baptist, Protestant, or Catholic, you would never headline with that. You should apologize immediately. You guys need to get checked for religious bias, hate, and prejudice. You should do some microaggression training. Somebody in the media business needs to hold you accountable. You should apologize to me and my family personally. Scientology, I'm very proud to be a Scientologist. It's been unbelievable for me, giving me fundamentals of being a happier, more productive father, husband, and a friend in society. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves.
Good Lord, methinks thou doth protest too much. I don't know how the actual quote goes, guys. I grew up in a cult. What's the beef? All they did was say you were a Scientologist. What is so objectionable about identifying you as a Scientologist when you publicly identify as a Scientologist? And here is a prime example of that. This is a clip from an interview that Grant did a while back. The channel that I'm getting this clip from is not the same channel that uploaded it. I can't find the channel that uploaded it. But anyway, here's the clip.
What is that all about? Why is it something you believe in? What do you believe in?
Yeah, because
it's
worked for me.
So what is it? Why do you believe in it? And
it's a look, I've been interested my whole life in who I am. Why am I either winning in life or having troubles in life? You know, what does it take to make a marriage work? What does it take to make money work? What does it take to be happy? How can I find my purpose? Where's my energy at? Scientology's helped me with all those things. Like I was a mess 25 years ago. And Scientology it's a very practical. It is not what you see in the papers, the tabloids, CNN, or the quitter on the documentary. Okay? Like,
guys, when he says the quitter in the documentary, he's talking about Leah Remini, but he's not allowed to say her name.
It's for people that are honest, that want to take a look at their life and know they have more potential. And if you believe you have more potential, what they do there is they show you ways to get rid of things that might be blocking the individual. They showed me like how I could remove barriers in my life, self-imposed barriers,
All right, I don't actually know how long he goes on talking about this, but I just wanted to show you. It's not like he takes offense at people asking about Scientology in interviews. Like the entire response to the whole thing is a little crazy. And in his response, he mentions, if I was a Christian or a Jew, or if I was gay, you wouldn't mention that in the article. It's always funny to me when Scientologists like Grant Cardone wonder why people do not treat Scientology the same way they treat the world's mainstream religions. Is that the right description there? And one thing that I wanted to show you is Grant, Christianity, or let's take the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church has its struggles over the years. It's had a ton of horrific crimes committed by members of its clergy, and many people have come forward exposing these crimes. These crimes have been litigated. You know what the Catholic Church doesn't do? And I'm no supporter of organized religion in general, you guys. I'm not, picking one religious group over the other or anything like this. I'm not a big religion guy. I don't know if you've noticed, even without Scientology. And you know what the Catholic Church doesn't do? It doesn't have entire websites and social media accounts dedicated to trying to attack and destroy people who come forward and speak honestly about abuses committed by the organization, by some of the most senior members of the so-called clergy of the organization. And this is one of the things that makes your cult, Scientology, different than the world's real religions. And just by way of, taking this opportunity to once again highlight the horribly destructive and abusive practices of your cult, let's just take a look at some of their social media accounts. I did this yesterday in a bit that I called mean tweets, but let's just take a look at it one more time in a different context. So this is one of the hate accounts created by Scientology called Vetted Facts. We reveal the faces behind the hate and expose their enablers. Yeah. So let's see. This account is created by the Church of Scientology. Oh, look, who follows this hate account? Grant Cardone, Uncle G himself. Okay. So Grant supports this type of hateful, personal ad hominem attacks on former Scientologists who publicly speak out against the horribly abusive and destructive beliefs and practices of Scientology. The world's real religions don't do that, Grant. Okay, so let's take a look on this specific account. What are they doing all day? First of all, they link to a website that Scientology created just to try and destroy Leah Remini. Okay, tweets. Okay, Mark Headley. I've never been assaulted like this before. Okay, so attacks on Mark Headley. Oh, look, attacks on me, attacks on Mike Rinder, more attacks on me. Oh, look, Claire Headley's a thief. She stole from her employer. Oh, Yashar Ali. Oh, so not only does Scientology go after former members, they go after members of the press who have the audacity to write about Scientology abuse. Yashar Ali is a terrible guy. Look, Mike Rinder's a terrible guy. I'm terrible. I'm terrible again. Tony Ortega is terrible. I mean, they have a point there. Claire Headley's terrible. Yashar's terrible. Tony's terrible again. Mark Headley's terrible. Okay, well, yeah, more people terrible. I'm terrible again. Okay, so, but wait, guys, there's more. Okay, so that was the Vetted Facts account. Let's look at the Stand account. This is one of their fake front groups that they've created. By the way, this group was created specifically to respond to the Leah Remini television show. Okay, so what do? Let's see. Leah Remini's terrible. Tracy McManus at the Tampa Bay Times is terrible. Tracy's a fraud. Mark Headley's a woman abuser. Tony Ortega supports child trafficking. Well, maybe. Tony Ortega again. I'm horrible. Leah Remini's horrible. I'm horrible again. Okay. So just more of the same. And then, by the way, I did forget to point this out. Hold on. Let me go back to the top of this page. Okay. Who follows this account? Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone follows this account. Okay. So it's not like Grant Cardone is unaware of the way Scientology goes after and attacks any former member who has ever spoken out against them. So Grant, please don't get it twisted. Please don't be confused. Why people don't treat your tiny little family destroying human trafficking cult the same way Christian churches are treated or Jewish people are treated. There is no comparison. Okay, let's see. Was there anything else about this that I wanted to share with you? No. I guess the last part was just how funny I thought it was that Grant Cardone is taking offense to microaggressions. Has anyone ever watched any Grant Cardone content? Anyway, it speaks for itself. All right. Real quick here, just go through some of the comments. Kitty says, why are Grant's panties in a twist? The media is telling the truth, right? Yeah. And it's funny. He says, how dare you basically use a clickbait headline by putting Scientologist in the title? What are you talking about? If you're trying to sell your home, getting that news out to as many people as possible is a positive thing. And if the article isn't a negative article about Scientology, what is the problem? Like that's actually one of the reasons I wanted to do a video about this. The response from Grant itself just didn't actually make a lot of sense. And it just draws more attention to this whole subject anyway. And when he does things like that, I'm happy to oblige, guys. Yeah, you got to get your money right. All right. Sea travel. Scientology must be saying you're bringing too much heat to us. Amazing how cards fall into place. All right. Thank you. Texas Audit 101. Before I knew he was a fraudster, I signed up on his newsletter and now I can't get off. Sounds like Scientology. Indeed. Nylon String Ninja. Grant needs that Bitcoin. He's going for the 18-inch Scientology Medal of Honor necklace plate this year. Good luck, Grant. Old Frizz, love you in that hat. Love you in that stylish hat, Aaron. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Darla Zerillo. Question, not to import drama, but yesterday Jenna referred to Clearwater Chad as AKA Chris Shelton. Is this correct? I'm not sure I understand the question. Although to be fair, they've never been seen in the same room at the same time. So can we really be sure? Constance June, all he is doing is bringing more attention to him being a Scientologist. Indeed, guys. And if that's what he's going to do, I am happy to oblige. Okay, that's it for me on this for now. Stay tuned. Much more to come later today. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here.